briefly ask you, are you familiar with Life 360?
Yes,
How are you familiar with it?
I use it.
You use it?
Yes.
Okay. And how long have you used it for?
Probably 4 or 5 years.
Okay. And in terms of Life 360, when you use it, I don't use it, so I get a little understanding. Do you use it for its ability to show you locations of other people, or to show your location to other people?
Yeah, it's a method of location sharing and movement sharing.
Okay. And I want to show you State's Exhibit 18.1. It's already been admitted into evidence.
Would you take the video evidence down?
Yes, I'm actually about to put this up on the screen if I can.
Absolutely, yes.
18.1.
18.1.
Yes. Well, as it's being brought up here, just very generally, how does Life 360 work in connection with your phone?
It uses the location-based services of the phone to determine its location, and the accelerometer in the phone, which is part of your phone's technology to detect movement. So the app is accessing that information.
Have you ever tested it out?
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'll be more specific. In your own life, in personal life, when you use Life 360, have you ever tested to see the functionality of Life 360 or its accuracy?
Yes. I mean, I look at it quite often with one of my daughters in particular. So I've quite often see the movements, know the movement and what the movement would have been in real time versus or compared to what I see in the application. In addition to that, I've actually, not with Life 360, but I've done testing on my own devices with the accelerometer to see how it would detect speed and that sort of thing.
Okay. On State's Exhibit 18.1 here, and you can see it's also on the screens. Could you zoom in just a little bit for me? And I'm going to ask you, because I look at this image and I get confused because when I look at this trip that this exhibit documents, it seems impossible that somebody could walk in those particular straight lines that are depicted in State's Exhibit 18.1. Have you ever seen anything like this?
Yes, I've seen similar. Yep.
Yeah, I don't mean this.
Sure.
This exact representation, but and what, in your experience, what is the cause of something like this happening?
Well, the application is accessing the location services of the device. So how often it's doing that, when the application chooses to access that, I can't tell you. What I can tell is that the application accessed 4 pieces of location information, and it's drawing a route based on those 4 pieces of information. Had the phone drawn more data points, it probably would look different. And I often see, this is on the worst side of it, but I often see in trips there will be very consistent tracking, and then all of a sudden there'll be a lack of tracking, and then the phone pops up some distance away, and the application just simply draws a straight line because there's no data in between. So, had the application pulled more data from location services, you'd probably have a different map. Understood.
So something like this image that gets created by Life 360 can be a result of the phone essentially, the application Life 360 not really pulling location information consistently enough to draw a nice straight or a nice curve tracking the entire route.
Right.
All right. In this one, this 18.1, in your experience, and you're familiar with the application, I'm only learning about it really through this case, but the white dot there, the starting location, and then there's the location icon, which indicates the ending location on this, is the other 2 points here of reference. The one that's here on Singleton Road, and I'll just point it out to you, one here on Singleton Road, and then the one on Santa Ana Drive here. When you look at that, what does that tell you?
That at those 2 I mean, you can sort of trace the line that the application registered the first location, it registered a location off of Singleton Road, It registered a location at or about Santa Ana Drive, and then it finally registered a location back over on Windscape Village Lane.
Okay. And so based on the times at which the application recognized those, it drew a line from the starting point up to Singleton Road, over to Santa Ana, and then back over to Windscape Village.
Right, that's what that appears to me.
Okay. In all your time using Life 360, have you ever received a crash alert?
No,
Okay. Have you ever dropped your phone?
rarely, because I'm a nerd and I wear a holder, so.
Listen, you're monitoring other people on your Life 360?
Right.
Have they ever dropped their phone?
I've never asked. I just don't know, but I've never received an alert. So.
You ever had to brake hard in the car?
Yes.
And even though you don't do it often, because you have the holder, has your phone ever sent a crash alert to anybody else because you dropped your phone or broken hard?
Not to my knowledge, but I mostly use it, like I say, to monitor a child. So nobody's monitoring me. I'm monitoring them. So.
All right. Have you ever received a crash alert from the folks you're monitoring?
No.
And so nothing.
Not that I recall. I mean, it's been 4 years, but I don't recall it.
Okay.
I've gotten other alerts like, batteries getting low or something, but I've never gotten an alert about a crash that I can recall.
Understood. Investigator Wilbanks, I appreciate the time. Ms. Drakeman has some questions for you. Now, I'll take a
Okay.
here.
There's your clip.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
We always meet like this. First off, congratulations on your new job.
Thank you.
I'm very sad you left us, but I'm still going to call you when I can't figure out these phone records.
Okay,
Just
all right.
be ready for it. I just have a couple of questions for you. Now, the towers, I think in general, if there is a stronger tower, your phone may hit off it and not necessarily the closest tower. Is that a fair statement?
That's true. If there's something that makes the closest tower not the strongest signal, it's possible that it may go to a different tower.
And I call them pizza slices.
Right.
All these little pizza slices. So the phone itself can be anywhere within that particular pizza slice, for lack of a better word.
Right, and yes, I mean, I'm giving you a basic graphic depiction, so I can't say that it's a mile away, it's a half mile away, it's a quarter mile, I can't tell you. I just know that it's consistent with somewhere in that area.
Okay. Can there be movement that's not picked up if your phone is cut off? Like if I'm traveling and I don't have my phone on, it's not going to hit off of any cell towers, or is it?
No, it wouldn't. I mean, if you disconnect the phone from the network, it has no. The network is not registering any activity. Therefore, the network's not keeping any records if it's been disconnected from the network.
What about if you don't have any phone calls or apps running? Could I be moving, but my phone not necessarily hit on a tower?
So this gets into a technical area of what the phone companies have and what the phones do. It depends.
Okay.
So let me make sure I understand your question. Your question is, you're moving, your phone is on. Is there any data being collected? Is that your question generally?
Well, basically, with my phone, if I'm moving but my phone's on, I don't get any phone calls, I don't have any apps open or anything like that, is it going to possibly pick up on a tower?
The networks can have data for that time period. The problem is that we didn't have any of that in this case because of the time period. The networks only keep something called timing advanced data. AT&T calls it something different. But they only keep that type of data for a very short period of time generally. As an example, Verizon is 7 days they keep it. So this investigation took place outside of a time period, the warrant wouldn't have gotten us any of that data. So yes, it's possible. What didn't exist in this case?
Okay. I wanted to talk about, may I approach the witness?
Certainly.
And I'm just going to show you this so you'll know which slide. The one
Okay.
that you did for Synovia.
Sure.
From 1012 to 1110 is what you've marked on these others as Susanna's phone's
Right.
final resting place.
Right.
Is it within those areas?
It is within 2 of them, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And I'm not going to call you a nerd, but it seems like you know a lot about phones and programs and things like that. So on Life 360, you're aware that they tell you that sometimes there can be an algorithm error
Yes.
that can affect the crash alerts and whether or not you receive them. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a 100% accurate application. It's not. I mean, there can be anomalies.
Okay. And are you, and you may not be, are you aware of, there's different factors that have to, four things that have to happen before a crash alert is even possible with Life 360. Are you familiar with?
I'm not familiar with what the 4 things are. Mm-mm.
All right, if I can have just 1 second, please. Thank you, sir. It's good to
Thank
see
you. You too.
Can you redirect from the state?
I'm sorry, Your Honor, no,
That's okay.
I have no further questions.
Okay, wait.
Oh, may I ask one more question?
Certainly.
It may not change what you say. Do you know if your phone is in airplane mode, if it will pick up on a tower?
No.
Thank you, sir.
I just want to clarify that. Do you know, or if it's an airplane mode, it won't pick up?
Yeah, if it's an airplane mode, it's not capable of communicating with the network.
So, ultimately, I know you said that the timing advanced data or whatever other terms other phone companies use for it is available for a short period of time.
Right.
In this case, because Susana's body was hidden in the woods and obscured, and nobody was able to find her for 6.5 months, did that prevent law enforcement from requesting that other data?
Yes, I mean, yes, had somebody said at or about the time of the death, hey, we need the data from these phone companies, this timing advanced data, it would have been available from any of them within days of the event. I think at this time, T-Mobile was even keeping it for 90 days at that time, so had it been known earlier. But, and it would have been much more detailed than what I've been showing you. It'd be much narrower area.
Nothing else, thank you.
May we release Investigator Wilbanks?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.